that. We talked about the Lakers for plenty of time now. Moving to the other side of crypto, the Lakers have played and survived this Warriors game, but the Clippers played the Celtics, which should have been just as good of a matchup, but they blew out the Celtics and had a great victory earlier today. I believe it was 116-96 was the final score, and most of the game was farther apart than that. What are your thoughts on the Clippers right now and how well they continue to play?
Yeah, all-star Derek White couldn't hold the Clippers tonight, unfortunately.
This all-star looks like.
This was the game where when we talked about the outlook for the Clippers' next upcoming games, I was like concerned about this because this was coming off a back-to-back for the Clippers in Boston, who was like the best team in the league, clearly. So I was concerned about it, but obviously they wanted their get back from that December 23rd game where the Celtics came in on their home floor and beat them by 30. So they returned the favor. And this Clippers team looks sensational right now, man. Like they've just been clicking on all cylinders. Harden, the system, it's working clearly. He's in a rhythm. Kawhi is reminding people how good Kawhi Leonard is. Paul George been great. Russ been great the last few games too. And just very efficient in limited minutes as well. Man, this team is and they're having fun. It seems like they really enjoy playing with each other. So it's been awesome to see if you're a Clipper fan, a LA sports fan. And of course, it's always great to see the Celtics lose. So that's cherry on top.
I always appreciate that. Love seeing Derek White lose like that. So we'll continue to root for the Clippers in matchups like that going forward. But yeah, just echoing what you said, just great to see the Clippers playing well, glad everybody's healthy and playing really elite basketball at the moment. Help the teams all season long. As you've seen the question down on the screen, this Celtics squad, though we blew them out this time against the East when they play, showed that they're a premier squad, and this was supposed to be a premier matchup as we pointed out. Can the Celtics and Clippers be a finals preview that we just saw, or you think somebody's going to disrupt that at some point this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very, very real chance, just with how dominant their Celtics defense has been for much of the season, and they have a elite starting five. There's not like a crazy amount of depth after it, but I mean, they have enough of a rotation there, and that starting five when healthy. Of course, Porzingis was out too, so that plays a factor in why they got beat too. But when they are fully healthy, they're a really, really dominant force to be reckoned with. They're just going to have concerns, I guess, like Tatum was kind of off today with stepping up in the big games and just finishing the job. I do think it might be helpful that Doc Rivers is going to be the head coach of the Bucks now in terms of those matchups, as we discussed. Because I think those are the two best teams in the East when it comes down to it in the playoffs. So it's really between them two, I think, to make it to the finals. And then on the Western Conference side, I think the Clippers are the best team in the conference. Obviously, the Thunder are sitting at 1 right now, and the T-Wolves sitting at 2. Those teams have been great. But I think the Clippers are definitely deeper than the T-Wolves. And I think the Thunder are very deep as well. They're just younger, and so I'll give the edge to the Clippers there. But I think this Clippers team, they're 22-4 in their last 26. They're kind of still quietly the hottest team in the league. Like they haven't really been. I think because they started 0-6 once Harden got there, like they kind of been overlooked a little bit. But it's getting harder and harder to overlook them the way they've been playing right now. So. It's a very real possibility that it could be a finals matchup.
Definitely could be a finals matchup. Definitely, at least somewhat rooting for. I know we kind of favor our Lakers squad as well, but seeing either of these squads could get there and going up against the Celtics will be great, and beating the Celtics would be the icing on top as well. So, definitely think it is possible. Again, echo what you said about this team having great depth along all fronts and being able to maintain that going up against all the other premier squads in the West as well. I think what it comes down to, one, as we always know with the Clippers, is health. And then beyond that, the guy that we brought in to carry us, and that's beyond PG and Kawhi. I think seeing how healthy they are this year, if that's maintained, they'll carry us for a very long portion. But I also want to see James Harden, who we brought in, make his impact in the playoffs as well. People have made their jokes for a long time now about James Harden's playoff woes and coming up short at times. We can actually have a good playoff run this year. I think that really can get the job done for the Clippers squad, who seems poised to do so. So, definitely rooting for them. and excited to see how far the squad finally goes. We've been saying it's finally their year. It seems like they finally turn the corner and things are going to finally click. We've had thoughts like that in the past, and they still feel short. So even beyond that, I guess we'll take steps and say let's make sure we just get to the conference finals first, and then we'll worry about the finals after that. But they do seem like they are ready to make that jump. So we'll be tuned into all of that. And then lastly, I'll just say, as we do with the Lakers, about this time next week, we see what the schedule is. We just played the Celtics today and wrap that up. We next play the Cavaliers on Monday, the Wizards on Wednesday, the Pistons on Friday, and then we'll be here before it, but the Heat on Sunday. For the next three at least, how you see the Clippers handling their matchups?
Potential 3-0, but definitely 2-1. Like Wizards and Pistons, no shot. Like crazy things happen in the NBA. Some nights, some guys might sit out or whatever. But as you mentioned, Clippers haven't really been sitting out for the most part. Like they've been healthy. They said in the beginning of the season, Ty Lue made it a point to say to PG and Kawhi that they're going to take the regular season for real this time. Like we're not load managing throughout this year. It was a crazy quote to come out that you have to tell your players to take the season for real kind of thing. Right. But it's been nice to see that they haven't been load managing and been playing night in, night out for the most part. But yeah, definitely should win those two games. Cavaliers have been hot as well in their own right. They've been playing well, but that's a winnable game too. So I'll say 2-1, but it's very possible 3-0.
I'll call it a sweep. I think as good as the Cavaliers are, the Clippers have enough to withstand whatever they throw at them. So I think they will get the job done versus the Cavs, especially coming out for the Celtics game, which though they did have some guys hurt on the Celtics squad, I think it's a good win just to have, and you can maintain that momentum over as you go to Cleveland from there. So definitely that I think they'll get the job done, and then I think they'll handle the Wizards and Pistons as well, as you pointed out. So give me a fun week ahead for them. We tuned into it all. Again, continue to show love on LA Sports Report. We'll be reacting to things as they play out. Also, for those who want to see live reactions at times, we will be on Twitter as well, talking on there, having a good time. And then we check that out on Section 300, which you see in the banner below. So great things there.